Today we're playing Twinkleby, a cozy game where you decorate houses for cute little neighbours to live in. Well, normally. I've decided to take on the role of the world's meanest landlord and evict everyone. Let's see how it goes. We start off by meeting Mulligan, an unorganised fellow who is way too interested in my stellars, which is the currency of this world. He sells all sorts of furniture and trinkets, and I can already see myself pouring all my hard-earned stellars into his shop. He sends me off to explore the world, and I unlock my very first location, Cotlet. Before I can even figure out which way is up, a neighbour barges in. No hello, no manners, just slams their bag down like they already own the place. Excuse me? This is my island? I am tempted to evict them right away, but no, I'll play the long game. First I'll raise their hopes sky high and then throw them into the abyss. I start decorating their little room. Bed, chair, table, some knickknacks. I'll admit it, it's kind of cute. Cozy even. They like it, I like it, and it feels wholesome. I even managed to grab a few stellars for Mulligan's endless collection. But then, jackpot, a new island unlocks, which can only mean one thing: eviction time. I grab her bag, yeet it straight into the abyss, and watch as she looks absolutely devastated. She flings herself desperately off the island and over the edge, and honestly, I feel pure glee. On to bigger and better things. Next stop is Stonybrook. There are 2 neighbours here, which means double the fun. Nothing warms my heart quite like seeing 2 little cuties cry at once. It's a charming 2-story home, but decorating it for 2 people is tough when I blew most of my budget on the first island. Back to Mulligan I go, who is of course delighted to see me. He even gives me some stellars, which I immediately blow on furniture. While snooping around his shop, I spot some locked chests. No keys though, so I resist the urge to steal and head back. 2 beds, a rug, some furniture. It's actually looking decent. Perfect timing. The first neighbour waddles in, and the game gives me another official eviction tutorial. See? Even the game is encouraging my villain era. She immediately spies on me through the window and starts blowing kissy faces. That's deeply unsettling, but hey, her time is limited. Then comes the second neighbour. Green suit, monocle, posh vibes. I plop his bed right next to hers for maximum awkwardness. She bolts upstairs. For a second I think she's into him, but nope. Just wanted to glare out the window again. Creepy little thing. I catch a falling box with decorations inside, which makes the neighbours sing and shower me with gifts. That's when the light bulb hits. I'll wait until they give me stuff before kicking them out. Perfect scam. After some redecorating, Mr. Damfino eats everything in sight, Edith flutters about uselessly, and I finally say enough's enough. Out they go, one after another, crying and flinging themselves into the sky like sad little shooting stars. It's beautiful. But wait, I never actually finished Cotlet, so back I go to lure in another victim. I make the house creepy as possible. Dark lighting, weird vibes. Soon Theodore arrives, hops into bed, and I just watch him sleep like a total creep. He loves it. He starts singing, gives me things, and then I drop the hammer. Goodbye, Theodore. Lights back on and I move to a brand new island. This one's gorgeous. Autumn vibes, falling leaves, cozy orange tones. I love it. Since it's built for 3 people, I expand and build 2 more houses. The first house is cozy and soon a neighbour moves in. She spends some time admiring the view. The same view she'll be falling through soon enough. The second house also comes together, but I'm running out of furniture. So it's back to Mulligan. I've got 100 stellars. Sounds like a lot, right? Wrong. I spend it all in seconds and return completely broke. But hey, at least the house looks decent. Haunted painting and all. Now, there's a problem. Shelley refuses to enter her home. At first I think she's being dramatic, but then I remember the bridge. Oh, oops. Out of pure kindness, which is rare for me, I place the bridge so she can actually walk inside. She and another neighbour immediately start gossiping about me. I can tell, scheming, which is adorable because they don't stand a chance. Finally, I prep the third home. It's tiny. Whoever gets it will be the laughing stock of the island. But I'll admit it, by the end, it does look surprisingly cozy. Cozy enough that I almost feel bad. Almost. Out pops this poor chap, completely clueless about the fate awaiting him. I snatch up his bag and toss it into the cozy little cottage. Welcome home, Barnaby. I wander back to Mulligan, and he accuses me of tampering with his antique chests. If I had the keys, I absolutely would, but I don't. Oddly enough, he just gives them to me anyway. What a strange man. I grab another bridge so my new tenant can actually reach his house, and then I notice something curious. If you click on the neighbours, you can see their names and their desires. Honestly, I'm glad this feature doesn't exist in real life. Turns out Miss Shelley craves plants. Wallace is desperate for food. And Barnaby? Well, he just seems to crave himself. Honestly, I respect the confidence. I plop some food down for Wallace, but she ignores it completely. Even when I place fish right under her nose, she shrugs it off and goes to read instead. Fine, I'll spoil Miss Shelley instead. I blow my remaining stellas on plants and scatter them around like some kind of overzealous florist. It's still not enough, and apparently weeds don't count as proper greenery. Very picky. Meanwhile, Wallace is still whining about being hungry despite standing in a house with 3 different food items. Spoiled and ungrateful. I've had enough. I snatch away the sun itself, plunging them into eternal gloom, and shower Shelley with flowers. Finally, she waters a bush and is filled with happiness. Just in time too, a new neighbour has arrived. Francis is simple. He just wants a home and some friends. Easy. Barnaby latches onto him instantly like a needy toddler, so I know Francis will be no trouble. Soon the group gathers together, staring at me, singing their eerie little cult song. I collect my gifts, smile sweetly, and then ruin their lives. Francis goes first, the poor guy barely unpacked, followed by Barnaby and Miss Shelley. Tears everywhere, a chorus of despair. It's delicious. Next island, please. I can head to Ballingstead or... Ooh, secret option unlocked. Stellar Skyguard. Misty, foggy, watery, full of little land pockets. Creepy but cozy. This one's for 5 neighbours, which means triple the houses and multiple bridges. Of course, my normal bridge is too small, so I trudge back to Mulligan's shop to get the deluxe model. 3 houses is plenty. Sharing builds character after all. The first unlucky neighbour is getting the tiny home as punishment for being too enthusiastic. Furniture-wise, I'm stuck with the same tired set. Mulligan is a rip-off merchant and I'm broke. In the second home, I shove the beds awkwardly side by side and now everything is ready. Neighbour number 1 has arrived, Professor Shaw. She likes books and the night, which is convenient since this island is permanently stuck in spooky twilight. I toss her bag into the tiny house. She ignores it and swans into the biggest home and immediately demands food. Bold move. I consider evicting her on the spot, but cave and give her cake. Next up, Mr. Bingley. He's an easy one, just wants plants to water. Lucky for him, I've hoarded dozens. I toss his bag into the big house, which is perfect because that's where he's headed anyway. He immediately befriends Shaw, which is kinda cute. Neighbour number 3. Oh no, it's Damfino. Why does this man haunt me? I shove his bag into a small house, but he crawls straight into Shaw's bed like some kind of uninvited squatter. Damfino's chaos energy is unmatched. Neighbour number 4 is Madame Lydia. She loves plants and the arts. Great. I dump her bag and run to Mulligan's for some creative furniture. Plants, music, sewing. I sprinkle them everywhere. Now everyone's getting what they want, except a permanent home, of course. Then, oh my goodness, a rare neighbour is arriving. Enter Baptiste. Fancy suit, immaculate hair, loves art and naps. My kind of guy. Top priority immediately. He wastes time with Damfino, which is a questionable choice, while Bingley plunks happily at the piano. Shaw's content, Damfino's being weird, and Lydia contributes nothing. Back to Mulligan I go, and somehow he already knows about Baptiste. Is he spying on me? I buy sewing supplies, unlock a sewing machine, and set up a chic little crafting corner. Baptiste, meanwhile, naps. Constantly, with Bingley hovering like a creep. Finally, I finish a music set, complete with gramophone, and wait for inspiration to strike. Only one person has touched the harp. Damfino, of course. Ugh. Then it happens. Baptiste wanders to the music stand. At last, Lydia eventually drifts towards the painting set, dabs a brush on canvas, and boom, she's euphoric. The whole gang bursts into song, their little faces glowing with pride, which means it's my moment. Time to crush them. Damfino's first, obviously. Goodbye forever, again. Then Lydia, Bingley, and Shaw all fling themselves into the mist, crying all the way. But Baptiste? Nah, I can't do it. He's rare. He's special. He's just like me. He gets to stay. So that's the first few islands of Twinkleby. I've decorated, I've schemed, I've evicted, and had an amazing time doing so. I'm off to play more, meet new neighbours, and never, ever, ever let Damfino stay again. Thanks so much for watching.